Wisdom seekers, today we're diving into a topic that's both ancient and cutting edge, something that has puzzled and inspired the minds of great philosophers throughout history. Let me ask you a question. In a world full of noise, chaos, and constant demands on your attention, what would happen if you made yourself the main priority? What if you invested deeply in your own growth, channeling your energy not outward, but inward? Imagine a life where you no longer feel fragmented by the demands of the world, where you are not distracted by the trivial pursuits that others chase, but instead, you live with a clear sense of purpose and mastery over your own mind. That is the power of focusing on yourself, of building a life where your attention, your growth, and your transformation are sacred. What I'm about to share with you are 10 habits that will help you cultivate this kind of life. These habits will not make you cold or indifferent, but they will make you strong and resilient. They will help you to live according to your highest values and to pursue your true path with clarity. As the Stoic philosopher Epictetus once said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." Let's explore how you can start becoming that master. Habit 1. Cultivate a disciplined mindset. To focus on yourself, you must first learn to master the art of discipline. Discipline is the bedrock upon which all personal growth is built, and without it, even the best intentions will fall apart. But let me clarify something. Discipline is not about rigidly controlling every aspect of your life. It's about training your mind to make choices that align with your highest values, even when they are difficult. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This means that the path to true power begins with self-mastery. It is the ability to direct your focus and actions toward the things that matter most, to avoid the distractions and temptations that pull you away from your goals. Discipline is about finding freedom through structure. It's knowing that setting boundaries on your time and energy allows you to channel them more effectively. Think of discipline as the bridge between your goals and your achievements. It is what allows you to continue moving forward when motivation fades and emotions are at odds with your intentions. The disciplined mindset is not only about saying no to the things that don't matter, it's also about saying yes to the things that do. It means consistently choosing growth over comfort, effort over ease, and purpose over pleasure. When you wake up early to work on your goals, even when you don't feel like it, that's discipline. When you say no to the distractions that eat away at your time, that's discipline. A disciplined mindset also involves the ability to delay gratification. Instead of chasing immediate rewards, it seeks long-term fulfillment, understanding that true satisfaction comes not from indulging in fleeting pleasures, but from achieving lasting progress. To cultivate this habit, start by setting small, achievable goals and build from there. The purpose is not to overwhelm yourself with impossible tasks, but to strengthen your capacity to act on your intentions. Discipline is a muscle, and like any muscle, it grows stronger with regular, consistent effort. Moreover, discipline involves taking responsibility for your life. It's about owning your choices and their consequences. When you understand that you are the architect of your destiny, discipline no longer feels like a burden, but a path to liberation. This habit is not just about focusing on external achievements, but also about developing the internal fortitude to stay true to your principles in the face of adversity. Habit 2. Embrace solitude as a tool for growth. Solitude is often misunderstood as loneliness, but the two are not the same. Loneliness is the absence of others, while solitude is the presence of oneself. In a world that is constantly connected, solitude can seem like a punishment, but in reality, it is one of the most powerful tools for focusing on yourself. It is in solitude that you can hear the faint whisper of your inner voice, the one that gets drowned out by the clamor of the outside world. The philosopher Friedrich Nietzsche once said, "The individual has always had to struggle to keep from being overwhelmed by the tribe. If you try it, you will be lonely often, and sometimes frightened. But no price is too high to pay for the privilege of owning yourself." Solitude allows you to reconnect with your inner self, to reflect on your thoughts without the distractions of the external world. It is in solitude that we can think deeply, plan effectively, and cultivate a stronger sense of self. When you are alone, you can confront your fears, your desires, and your ambitions without the influence of external opinions. Spending time in solitude also strengthens your sense of independence. It teaches you that your happiness and fulfillment do not depend on the presence or approval of others. In this silence, you begin to realize that your most important relationship is the one you have with yourself. This realization is the foundation of self-respect. Embrace solitude by setting aside time each day to be alone with your thoughts. Use this time for introspection, to evaluate your goals, your values, and whether you are living in alignment with them. This practice not only sharpens your focus, but also deepens your understanding of who you are and what you truly want from life. Solitude does not mean isolation from the world. Rather, it is a conscious withdrawal to strengthen your sense of self. Even great leaders and thinkers throughout history have sought moments of solitude to gather their thoughts, refine their strategies, and emerge stronger. When you embrace solitude, you are not rejecting others, but you are prioritizing the relationship you have with yourself. In this modern age, where social media and constant connectivity have made solitude a rarity, being comfortable in your own company is a rare and powerful trait. Solitude is not a void. It is the space in which you can build the life you truly desire. Habit 3. Practice radical self-honesty. To truly focus on yourself, you need to cultivate a relationship with the truth. This means practicing radical self-honesty, an unflinching commitment to seeing yourself clearly, without filters or excuses. Self-deception is one of the greatest obstacles to personal growth because it creates a false sense of comfort and shields you from confronting the areas where you need improvement. As Socrates famously said, the unexamined life is not worth living. Self-honesty is the gateway to self-awareness, and self-awareness is the foundation for any meaningful transformation. You cannot change what you refuse to acknowledge. Facing the truth about your own limitations, habits, and behaviors can be uncomfortable, but it is through this discomfort that growth happens. It's about acknowledging not just your strengths, but also your weaknesses, and understanding that both are part of your journey toward becoming a better version of yourself. Radical self-honesty also involves recognizing the motivations behind your actions. Are you pursuing certain goals because they truly align with your values, or are you doing it to impress others? Are your failures genuinely the result of external circumstances, or could they stem from a lack of effort or misguided priorities? By embracing the truth, even when it's painful, you lay the groundwork for genuine self-improvement. This habit also extends to how you communicate with others. Being honest with yourself allows you to be honest with the world. It gives you the courage to express your thoughts and feelings authentically. This does not mean being brutally blunt or disregarding the feelings of others, but rather speaking from a place of integrity and truth. When you align your internal reality with your external behavior, you experience a sense of coherence and inner peace that no amount of external validation can provide. To practice radical self-honesty, set aside time each week to reflect deeply on your actions, motivations, and outcomes. Write in a journal or meditate on questions that prompt introspection, such as, what am I avoiding? Or am I living in alignment with my values? The goal is to strip away the illusions and confront your true self, for it is only in this raw truth that real transformation can occur. Habit 4. Embrace daily rituals that center yourself. To focus on yourself means to build a life around rituals that reinforce your goals and values. Habits shape your destiny, and daily rituals serve as the scaffolding that supports your growth. The Stoics often practiced rituals such as morning meditation, journaling, and evening reflection to bring structure to their days. These rituals were not just routines, but deliberate practices designed to cultivate a calm and disciplined mind. The philosopher Epictetus advised, first say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do. Daily rituals allow you to consciously shape who you are becoming. When you incorporate rituals that center yourself, such as setting daily intentions, practicing mindfulness, or dedicating time for physical exercise, you are not merely passing time. You are investing in your own development. Rituals serve as a daily reminder of what you are working towards, helping you stay on track, even when life becomes chaotic. The power of a ritual lies in its consistency. It is not about perfection, but about showing up for yourself every day, even when you don't feel like it. Over time, these small acts accumulate and bring about significant changes in your mindset and life. The process itself becomes sacred. It is not just about reaching the goal, but about who you become in the pursuit. Daily rituals also provide a sense of stability in an unpredictable world. When everything around you seems uncertain, your rituals are your anchor. They offer you a moment to pause, to reconnect with yourself, and to ground your intentions. This consistency builds resilience, allowing you to navigate life's ups and downs without losing your center. To cultivate this habit, start by establishing one meaningful ritual and commit to it. Let it be something that aligns with your values and contributes to your growth, whether it's meditation, exercise, journaling, or reading. Gradually, add more rituals that complement this foundation and watch how these small, deliberate actions transform your life. Habit 5. Practice detachment from outcomes. A key aspect of focusing on yourself is learning to detach from outcomes. While setting goals and working toward them is important, placing too much attachment on the results can lead to unnecessary stress and disappointment. The Stoics often spoke of the concept of preferred indifference, things that are not within our control but may be desired or pursued. They taught that while you should strive to achieve your goals, you must also accept that the outcome is not entirely up to you. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Do not disturb yourself by picturing your life as a whole. Do not burden yourself with its many troubles. Instead, take each individual event and apply to it the principles of reason and justice." Detachment is not about apathy. It is about understanding that your efforts are within your control, but the outcome is not. This frees you to act without fear of failure and to embrace uncertainty with grace. Detachment allows you to stay committed to your goals without becoming enslaved to them. It enables you to pursue excellence in your endeavors, not because you are desperate for a specific outcome, but because the pursuit itself is meaningful. When you let go of the need for things to turn out a certain way, you open yourself to the possibility of different and sometimes even better results. This habit also protects you from the highs and lows of external validation. Whether you succeed or fail, you remain grounded because your sense of self-worth is not dependent on external achievements. You can take joy in your efforts without being attached to the outcome, finding satisfaction in the process rather than the destination. To practice detachment, regularly remind yourself that your value is not tied to external results. Focus on giving your best effort and let go of any attachment to how things should unfold. This will bring you peace and allow you to navigate life with a calm and composed mind, regardless of what comes your way. Habit 6. Build your inner strength through challenges. Strength is not built in comfort, but in adversity. To focus on yourself is to willingly seek out challenges that push you beyond your limits. This is how you grow, by embracing discomfort and viewing difficulties as opportunities for strengthening your character. The Stoics believed that adversity was a necessary component of life, and that it was through trials that one could develop true resilience. Seneca wrote, "Difficulties strengthen the mind, as labor does the body." When you face a challenge, you are not just overcoming an external obstacle, you are overcoming your internal limitations. Each time you endure discomfort, you build a reservoir of inner strength that makes you more capable of handling future difficulties. You learn to approach life with a sense of courage, knowing that nothing is insurmountable. Challenges teach you to be resourceful, adaptable, and persistent. They force you to confront your fears, to push through resistance, and to cultivate a mindset that is unafraid of failure. Instead of viewing challenges as setbacks, see them as stepping stones that bring you closer to becoming the person you aspire to be. Inner strength also comes from choosing the harder path when it aligns with your values. It is easy to give in to comfort and avoid the difficult decisions, but true growth requires that you take the road less traveled. In doing so, you prove to yourself that you are capable of more than you thought possible. To build this habit, intentionally seek out challenges that force you out of your comfort zone. Embrace the process, not just the outcome, and recognize that with every struggle, You are fortifying your character and becoming a stronger, more resilient person. Habit 7. Prioritize mental and physical well-being. To focus on yourself, you must first understand that the mind and body are interconnected. Your mental state affects your physical health, and your physical condition influences your mental clarity. The ancient philosophers, especially the Stoics, recognized the importance of a healthy body as a foundation for a sound mind. They advocated for regular exercise, proper nutrition, and sufficient rest, not for vanity, but as a means to cultivate the inner strength necessary to face life's challenges. Epictetus stated, "First say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do." If you wish to cultivate strength, vitality, and resilience, your actions must reflect these aspirations. By prioritizing physical and mental well-being, you prepare yourself to approach life with energy and determination. Daily habits like exercise, meditation, and maintaining a balanced diet are not just health practices, they are acts of self-respect. Caring for your body means treating it as the vessel that carries your mind, the tool through which you experience life. When you neglect your health, you limit your capacity for growth. An unhealthy body can become a prison for your mind, chaining it to lethargy and clouded thinking. Conversely, when you invest in your well-being, you unlock higher levels of focus, energy, and clarity. Mental well-being is equally important and requires practices that reduce stress and cultivate inner peace. This could involve mindfulness meditation, journaling, or simply spending time in nature. Your mental state is not just a result of your circumstances, but a reflection of how you respond to them. By maintaining a healthy mind, you cultivate resilience against the inevitable ups and downs of life. To prioritize this habit, create a daily routine that includes physical activity, mindfulness practices, and healthy nutrition. The key is consistency. Small daily actions will accumulate over time, leading to significant improvements in your overall well-being. Remember, focusing on yourself is not a selfish act. It is the foundation that allows you to serve others and pursue your goals more effectively. Habit 8. Set boundaries and protect your time. In a world that demands your attention from every direction, one of the most radical acts of self-care is setting boundaries. To focus on yourself, you must be willing to protect your time and energy from being consumed by the expectations of others. Boundaries are not walls that separate you from the world. They are the guidelines that allow you to engage with it in a healthy and sustainable way. The philosopher Seneca observed, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it." Time is the most precious resource you have, and once it is spent, it cannot be reclaimed. Setting boundaries means being intentional about how you use your time and ensuring that your actions reflect your true priorities. It involves saying no to obligations that do not serve your growth and limiting distractions that pull you away from your purpose. Boundaries are also a way of teaching others how to treat you. When you establish clear limits on your availability and what you are willing to tolerate, you communicate your values and set expectations for your relationships. This does not mean you should be rigid or uncompromising, but rather that you should be mindful of your own needs and protect your right to fulfill them. Protecting your time also means setting boundaries with yourself. This involves disciplining yourself to avoid time-wasting activities and making sure that your habits align with your long-term goals. It's easy to get caught up in the cycle of instant gratification, but true focus requires the ability to prioritize long-term fulfillment over short-term pleasure. To practice this habit, start by identifying areas in your life where your time and energy are being drained unnecessarily. Set limits on how much time you spend on non-essential activities and communicate your boundaries clearly to others. Remember, saying no to distractions is saying yes to yourself. Habit 9. Learn to find peace in solitude. To truly focus on yourself, you must develop the ability to find peace in your own company. In a society that often equates being alone with being lonely, it takes a certain strength to embrace solitude as a source of empowerment. Solitude is not about withdrawing from the world out of despair. It is about withdrawing to reconnect with your inner self and find clarity. The writer Henry David Thoreau once said, "I never found a companion that was so companionable as solitude." In solitude, you are free from the influence of others' expectations, judgments, and demands. This freedom allows you to think clearly, evaluate your own thoughts, and cultivate a deeper understanding of who you are. It is in these moments of quiet introspection that true self-awareness is achieved. Finding peace in solitude also means learning to enjoy your own company. This does not mean isolating yourself or avoiding social interactions, but rather being comfortable with the idea of being alone. When you are at ease in solitude, you gain the power to face yourself without the distraction of external influences. You can confront your inner thoughts, fears, and desires honestly, and this can be one of the most transformative practices for personal growth. Solitude is also where creativity thrives. When you are alone with your thoughts, free from the constant noise of the outside world, you create space for new ideas to emerge. Many of history's greatest thinkers, artists, and writers valued solitude as a means to tap into their creative potential. To cultivate this habit, set aside time each day for solitude, even if it's just a few minutes. Use this time for activities that encourage introspection, such as meditation, journaling, or simply sitting in silence. The goal is not to escape from the world, but to reconnect with yourself in a way that brings clarity and peace. Habit 10. Develop an unwavering sense of purpose. The final habit for focusing on yourself is to cultivate a strong, unwavering sense of purpose. Purpose gives your life direction and meaning. It is the compass that guides your actions and decisions. When you live with purpose, you do not simply go through the motions. You move with intention and clarity, knowing that each step is taking you closer to your true goals. Friedrich Nietzsche famously said, "He who has a why to live can bear almost any how." When you have a clear sense of purpose, you are more resilient in the face of challenges because you understand that the difficulties are part of a larger journey. A purpose-driven life is not free from struggle, but it is filled with meaning that makes the struggle worthwhile. To develop this sense of purpose, you must first understand what matters most to you. What are the values and principles that you are willing to fight for? What legacy do you want to leave behind? Purpose is not always about grand achievements. It can be found in the small, consistent actions that align with your values. It is about living in a way that is true to yourself, regardless of external recognition or validation. Living with purpose also means being willing to make sacrifices. When you are committed to a greater goal, you must be prepared to let go of things that do not serve that goal, even if they bring temporary comfort or pleasure. Purpose requires focus and dedication. It is not a passive state of being, but an active pursuit. To cultivate an unwavering sense of purpose, spend time reflecting on what truly fulfills you and aligns with your deepest values. Write down your goals and revisit them regularly. Allow your purpose to be the guiding force in your life, shaping your decisions and driving your actions. This habit will give you the strength to stay focused on your path, no matter the distractions or difficulties that come your way.